Good morning and welcome back to my channel. Please, if you haven't already, do go like and subscribe to my channel, and please do comment. I hope this resonates with you today. I do have an idea of what this reading is about, but once we get into it, there may be more information that comes out, and if that information resonates with you and you would like to go into this further into your own personal situation, then in the description box there is contact details to schedule your own personalized reading. So do let me know if this resonates with you and you would like to do that. So let's get into it, shall we? So it's an interesting reading. There's a lot to do with, I feel, past connections. There's a lot to do with following your intuition, feeling at a bit of a crossroads, inability to make a decision on something. And it's interesting what we're leaving behind. That might actually help you to release something during this process. So I'm holding a space here of healing for whoever's watching this as well. So hopefully this is going to help you to release something from the past in order for you to move forward, because the final outcome and the things that are going on over here are looking very, very promising for what's going to be happening for you in the near future and what's coming for you on here. So let's get into it. So the overall reading, we have the Three of Pentacles. Now this is a rune. This is a card of mending things, of being in a team, basically. So it's like collaborating with other people to bring something, put back together. And that's what I'm feeling from this. We've got a few cards on here that are kind of relating to something from the past. So this is about mending something. And also collaborating with somebody or people in your life where there is no limit to what you can manifest. So it's almost like you've been isolated, you've been sort of trying to do things by yourself recently, but now you're having a realization of there's a need to actually collaborate with others to move this forward. It also relates to somebody that is starting to realize, like, I have to commit to this, I have to be dedicated to this. If this is the way I want to move forward, I've got to put myself in there. I'm getting the energy of somebody that maybe you've been the kind of person that's jumped from job to job, like once you've got comfortable somewhere, you move on. That might be with jobs, relationships, or all of those things. And this is about you finding your way in life where actually something you feel like you want to commit to this, you want to stay with this, you want to dedicate your energy to this. Something is changing in your energy. I'll go on to the challenge in a moment, but we're going to pick a rune that goes with that first of all. So the Three of Pentacles, what rune do we have that goes with this? Yeah, daggers. So I do feel you've been awakened to an idea that relates to mending something with somebody. It's like you've something's been really illuminated to you and shown to you about breaking an illusion. So something that was an illusion before has now been broken. I'm getting an idea that maybe you've been hanging out with people that haven't had your best interests at heart, actually. They've possibly been telling you little white lies, or basically just hiding the truth from you in order to keep you there. And you've kind of become a little bit awakened to that. You've had this realization, and something has happened to you recently that's made you look at the people in your life or the situations that you're in, and you're kind of like thinking, how did I not see that before? How did I not notice that before? But now you're starting to notice these things. That brings me to the challenge that we have, because the challenge that you have has been coming out as the Tower, and this literally flew out of the pack when I was asking what the challenge was. Now, this particular card is all about challenges itself, unexpected change, that kind of thing. So you have been awoken here. There's in your advice as well down here, which I'm going to talk about later, is about this spiritual awakening that you are going through at this time. And there's an energy here of having a new perspective on things, having a new awareness of what needs to happen in your life, where you need to go with this. But there is an uncertainty of the truth of this. So with daggers there, it's almost like you've been sat in front of a murky window, looking out, but not really seeing clearly. And then suddenly you got up and cleaned that window and you've managed to look outside, and what you've seen, you've realised something about. And that's the kind of energy I'm getting from this. Is the challenge right now for you is how to reach that you've seen now, because it feels like it's possibly out of reach. There's a challenge there, or that it's going to create some chaos in your life is what you're feeling, as to how do I do that. So you're unsure of yourself as to how you reach it. We have Perthrow with that one. So you are ready to take a leap of faith. You're ready to take a chance, take a risk. And it does feel like there is something quite risky about this. Maybe you're afraid this is going to hurt people or upset people, but you are ready to take a leap of faith in the direction that feels right for you. You know, there has been a real awakening coming through on here. There might be somebody that's getting like, you know, those shooting pains that you get in your head sometimes. It feels like that, like someone keeps getting these like, where you have to sort of go, like that for a little bit. That's what I'm getting. And what's happening there is that you've possibly been holding back a feeling or a thought, and now it's kind of become a conscious thought rather than a subconscious feeling. And now it does feel like you feel like you're running out of time to actually make this decision, to actually move this forward. But there are some real unexpected changes occurring for you right now that is creating this challenge in your life. Okay, so let's see what we can do about that, because we're now going into what do you need to focus on at this time with all of this going on. And we have on that one the Knight of Pentacles. Now the Knight of Pentacles is not a fast moving energy, this is a slow moving energy. So although the Tower and Perthrow is kind of giving an energy off of like, I need to rush at this, I need to run at this, you don't need to run at anything. It's through your own hard work, your determination, that's going to help you to move in the right direction here. My throat just went all funny then. It's almost like maybe there's something that you want to say. There's something that you want to say. You need to be very determined in your approach right now, and that is working with yourself. So it's almost like I feel somebody that's got things going on around them. And with that Three of Pentacles there, you know, there's an energy there of you need to talk to somebody, or you need to bring yourself into a place around people that make you feel good, that make you feel safe. Because I feel like you've been around people that actually have been lying to you, haven't been truthful to you, and maybe sucking your energy a little bit, draining you. And you've had this realization about that. So you need to take these steps now to move in a different direction that brings you more of this fortune, more of these pentacles, okay? Because you're looking for security and safety, and that ultimately is going to create expansion for you, because right now you're in a stuck place and you are going to stay stuck there until you make this decision. So your focus here, Thorazar, so focusing on protecting yourself, on not being defensive with people, but just, you know, don't head into the battle, find your peace within the battle instead, okay? Because I do feel there's people around you that are trying to trigger you into reacting and responding in the way that they want you to keep you in that place. But something in you is expanding and growing, and your awareness, your spiritual awareness is kind of like elevating now and highlighting. And I feel like that's why you're feeling a little bit like you're not really living the life that you want. And you've got this vision of what you feel your life could be, but you have no idea how to get there. But it starts with taking this chance and making these sudden changes that are going to, you know, and keep driving that forward, keep being determined with that energy. Because Thorazaz is protecting you. It is a rune of protection, but you have to find your peace within those battles to keep you safe, basically. You may need to take some time away from the people that you're around at the moment that are kind of shaking up your peace, or not helping you to stay peaceful, if you can at all. Okay, so we're going to move into what you're leaving behind, what's from the past. And we have the Three of Swords. Now, the Three of Swords is all about heartbreak. There can be loss maybe loss of a relationship or loss of a loved one, or things that basically bring you sorrow and upset and hurt. Now, I do feel this is relating to actions of the past. So this could be words that have been said, actions that have happened. I do feel that you are upset with somebody here, maybe for the way that they've treated you. There's an energy here of feeling like somebody is letting you go or left you behind. And what this is telling you in your leaving and what you need to leave in the past is you need to leave all of that heartbreak behind. You know, let go of that feeling of what's been said to you, or how somebody's responded to you, or how they've acted towards you. It's time to let that go in order so that you can move forward in the way that you want to. So you're letting go of suffering, basically, letting go of allowing yourself to suffer at the hands of others. We have Rado, so yeah, you're definitely ready to move. You're definitely ready to take a new journey. This is kind of an energy where sometimes we can feel a little bit like we just want the outcome to be there. Yeah, we don't want to have to think about it or do anything about it. We just want it to happen, like just jump ship, just go. But Rado kind of has the energy of, no, this is part of where you're going. You need to explore and experience the journey in order to understand yourself more fully. So you have to go through this experience of letting go of this heartbreak, of letting go of the sorrow and the pain and the actions of the past, so that you can move forward in a fresh way. Yeah, it is all about that letting go. Rado also is about responsibility. So in any situation, there are two stories, isn't there? Or even more stories than two, but say it's two people. There's always two sides to a story. And we usually want people to understand our side of the story. And sometimes we can bring ourselves to understand the other person's side of the story. I'm rubbish at doing that because I will sometimes think about the other person's side of the story more than my own side of the story, and allow people to get past me because of that. Now, I do feel maybe you're a similar person to this, where it's kind of like you do want to feel the best about people. But this is a time for you to understand actually what isn't right for you right now. And are you holding on to something and feeling responsible for something that actually has nothing to do with you and is not your responsibility whatsoever? So what you need to leave in the past is the responsibility of others, is kind of like trying to be responsible for other people's emotions, other people's physical existence, other people's needs basically are not your responsibility. Whoever they are in your life, they are not your responsibility. This is about you leaving that behind because it is hurting you, it's causing you pain, and it's holding you in a place. I do feel somebody that maybe is being held there through somebody emotionally holding them in that place, but it's not real. And I do feel that intuitively you know that now, and it's time to let that go. So what are your strengths? And this was an interesting one that came through actually, was the Two of Swords as being strength. Now, the Two of Swords is usually about somebody that is at a crossroads, doesn't know what decisions to make. They're blindfolded to the decisions that they need to make. And what this is telling you is your strength is that you get to choose. You are in a position more than you realise of being able to choose what you want and how you want it to be. You are the master of your own life. Don't doubt that. Don't ever believe that you're not. That's what Spirit want you to know, because what I got from this card, what I got from this feeling is there's a real strong urge and a strong feeling in you as to a direction that you want to go in. Your intuition is coming up very soon, has been trying to guide you. Your spirit team have been trying to guide you through this decision. They've been trying to tell you there is somebody around you that has the same strengths and weaknesses as you. They resonate with you on that same level, and it's almost like you're mirroring each other in this connection. You right now are feeling like you want to protect your heart. You are protecting your heart, but in doing that you're creating this stalemate and a bit of a crossroads But you know, within your intuition, with that blindfold on, it allows you to focus more on your intuition. What is it telling you? What is it teaching you? Remember, you get to choose. You are the master of your own life. What are you going to choose? What direction do you want to go in? Basically, they're saying stop holding yourself in a place of indecision. Yeah, you've got the strength to do this. And determination, again, has come up. This has come up several times now in your reading about having the power, the strength, the determination to, you know, mend this thing that's over you here. Uruz is a very grounding energy, so it's very connected to the earth. Basically, Uruz represents the aurochs, which were like really stronger creatures that could just, you know, keep going even in any weathers or anything like that. Very, very strong, resilient creatures. So if you can leave behind the things that have happened in the past, any pain, any hurt from there, and allow that to create resilience within you, that is part of your superpower, it's part of your strength. And that's what Uruz is asking you to do here, is kind of like, you know, stop trying to please other people in your life or feel like you have a responsibility for those people, because you don't. This is about you now and the way that you want to move forward and the way that you want to live your life. I do feel there's somebody here that maybe feels like because they spoke about a certain way that they were going to live, that they were going to do things, you feel like you have to keep up with that because people heard you say it, or they're expecting that from you because that's what they feel you are or who they think you are. But that's not who you are. You get to choose who you are. Only you can know who you are. And if you choose to change or, you know, show up in a different way to how you ever have, then it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about that or what they feel about that, because it's you. And you can reinvent yourself 50 million times if you want to, yeah? You can reinvent yourself as many times as you wish, as long as you are aligned with what you really want and what truly resonates with your heart. And the more you do these things, the more you actually start to appear in just a glow up. You kind of just, you know, people will notice your energy and be sort of like, what is their secret formula? How do they look so good? How do they seem to have everything come to them? Because you're aligning yourself on that path of abundance, because you opened up, trusted the universe, and allowed yourself to be guided towards what you knew was right for you. And it is very difficult when you have a truth in you that you know, this is the way I have to go forward. It's going to hurt some people, it's going to upset some people, but I'm not responsible for them. I'm not responsible for how they respond to my truth, okay? Remember that one. I'm not responsible for how people respond to my truth. This is my truth, and it's killing you to not move forward in a determined way towards it. Okay. So we're moving to your future card, which I'm pretty sure this one came out in the future on the last reading. So it might be the same people that are watching this video. Okay. So in this collective, we have the High Priestess as your future. Now, with what's been going on in here, what did come out for me around this was somebody that wants to have a deep, honest and open relationship. You know, this is intuitively guided. But there's also what's been illuminated here with daggers as well, and with the Three of Pentacles, is there are people around you that don't have your best interests at heart. And they are trying to cause issues for you. And as you move into your near future, you are becoming more and more aware of these people. It's almost like some kind of cloak has fallen off them, and now what they're saying, you're seeing through it. And it's like, hang on a minute, you just said that. And I don't know if you realise you said it, but this is how it made me feel. Or this is what I'm hearing you say. And I feel like you're going to start changing and not like jumping through hoops for these people anymore. And when you step back from that, you're going to really see how they respond to that. And when you see it, you cannot unsee it. Trust me. And what that's going to do is really align you with your intuition, because then you're going to trust it. You're going to know, yes, okay, I know which way I've got to go now. And yes, these people are going to be sort of like, what's wrong with you? Why aren't you responding to my traps? Why aren't you falling into what I expect of you or want of you? And you know, it's only going to help you to make these changes that you really need to make, that are aligning you with your true purpose. So let's get something on here, because I feel like you're going from like very surface level relationships to something much deeper is what I feel from there. Yeah, this is a nice one. So Bacano is an energy of new beginnings, a rebirth. It's got a real nurturing, motherly energy to it as well. So it's kind of like, you know, really nurturing yourself by making these decisions, by understanding what is, you know, using that discernment of like what empowers me and what disempowers me. This current situation that you're in is disempowering you, but what you're being intuitively guided towards, that you are, you know, ready to make a decision about, that you have very strong feelings about, that empowers you. That's bringing empowerment to you and helping you actually to awaken in a spiritual sense, because I'm feeling a lot of that energy coming through from you is you're awakening spiritually. And you haven't really trusted in that before, because I feel like maybe some of you didn't really understand it before, or didn't really relate to it before. Maybe you just thought, oh, it's hocus pocus, it's just ghost stories. But you're starting to have some things happen in your life that you're starting to think like, actually, maybe this is more than I realised it was. And Bacano holds an energy of having a truth hidden deep within. Now, in your near future, you are awakening to this truth. You are realising, actually, I want deep, honest relationships. I want people around me that I can really open up to, especially in a spiritual sense. And what you're coming from, you know, you've started to realise these are surface level connections. They're not actually serving me in my awakening. You're realising a lot about yourself, and this isn't working for you anymore. And you're starting to realise that, and you're moving towards what does work for you, what does relate for you. Because you're feeling, I do feel somebody that feels quite trapped at the moment in the situation that they're in. Okay, so the advice column. So the advice we have is judgment. I love this card. It's the card that comes out a lot for people who are going through a spiritual awakening, you know, when you've had something happen in your life that's really shook your foundations, shaken you up a little bit. It's turning you towards a real life-altering decision. So the advice here is to really follow your intuition on this, because they're asking you to bring honest communication and follow your intuition. So allow your intuition to guide your voice. Allow your intuition to bring out that inner truth, that hidden truth. And you will see, if you allow your intuition to guide you when you're talking to people around you, you'll start to really see clearly the illusions of people in your life. I can't stress this enough, that I'm being guided to tell you about people in your life that don't have your best interests at heart. They only have their own interests at heart. You are heading towards a new dynamic, a new beginning, and you are about to release this hidden potential within you. You are, I do feel, moving into a space of becoming actually more of a spiritual leader. Like you are really opening up to your spiritual gifts, and I do feel that over time that's actually going to come out more, and you're going to be somebody that people want to go to for healing. Because of the things that you've been through, you have a lot to give to other people. Your experiences have helped to mold who you are, and actually helping you to bring that to people and help other people through it. If you're male here, I do feel that you are going to start doing things to help other men. And if you're female here, maybe it's more that you're going to be doing things to help other women based off of your own experiences and things that you've been through. Okay, so let's get a rune that goes on there. So your advice, trust. This is a time for you really allowing yourself to trust. Now, Ingwas is kind of like an energy of trusting the things that you've had to go through in the past to bring you exactly where you are right now. It's a self-realization rune within itself. It's a self-container. It's that place that you go to when you are going through a transformation and a transition. And that's where you are right now, is you are transitioning into and embodying this self. It's almost like you're having a soul retrieval, like parts of your soul. Once you move away from the things that are holding you back, you're going to feel that come back into you. And it's almost like you're going to show a new lease of life. Like I say, you're going to have a glow up. You're going to sort of be looking very different. You know, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. All these things are changing for you if you can make this decision, access this hidden truth within you, and allow these changes to manifest, to actually happen. Okay, so it's kind of like stepping out of your comfort zone right now, trusting the process and allowing yourself to be guided to move forward. But going back to the Three of Pentacles, it might be a time to seek those people that you know can help you, that will support you with that, because I do feel like you're at a point where you've been on your own a lot, and in being alone you've kind of distracted yourself in other areas, and that's what's holding you back. So now it's time to find those people that you know can help you to move this forward, to drive this forward. Okay, so we're moving into now your environment, which was quite an interesting one because we got the Four of Wands, and I love this card. It's an energy of just celebration, excitement, freedom as well. So it also can relate to reunion and happy family homes, you know, a place that you come back to that feels warm and welcoming and happy. And I do feel like that's something around, especially I'm looking into your hopes and fears here, and we've got the Six of Cups, which is an energy of reminiscing. It's like an energy of things from the past experiences and stuff. So I will look at that in a moment, but it does relate to this. So because of that, I am talking about reunion here because of that card being in your hopes and fears. So this is relating to that, you know, this is what you want, is happiness, is, you know, it's the same with in your near future. You want deep, honest connections and relationships. And I do feel there was something in your past that maybe you touched on that. You had a feeling of that made you feel at home, comfortable, welcome. And you want to celebrate that now. And it's helping you to feel free from the constraints of what's going on over here. Okay. There's an energy of that, a real realization is what I'm getting. So let's see what rune we have. Let's go with that. Okay, just to confirm that a little bit, we have Wunyo, the rune of harmony, joy, happiness, ecstatic joy, orgasmic joy even. This is sort of like a real energy of, you know, something that really is fulfilling you on a level that you possibly didn't realise you could be fulfilled on this level, because what's going on in your life now hasn't been fulfilling you on that level, but people in your life are trying to convince you that you're happy, convince you that you need to be here, this is where you're supposed to be. But something is niggling at you that you need to follow your intuition on and be guided by, because it's like, you know, you are the master of your own life. You know, we don't know how long we've got in this particular life, so you may as well make the most of it and move towards the things that you know are right for you. And in your environment right now, it's showing up as harmony, happiness, joy, fulfillment, you know, peace even. And this is what you are moving towards. This is what you are heading towards by allowing yourself to be guided by your intuition, following your intuition, and allowing yourself to trust that you know where to go and what you need. You already know what this is like. You already know about this. So I'm going to move into hopes and fears, because this is going to help you with this particular situation as well. So the Six of Cups can relate to like childhood wounding. It can relate to reminiscing about the past, or you know, thoughts of like past experiences and things. So I do feel that this is possibly the fear element of it, because this is hopes and fears, the fear element of it is about repeating cycles, because you're done with repeating those cycles. You're done with feeling like that. And I do feel like whenever you enter a relationship, there does seem to be this particular cycle that happens, and you have this feeling that you get at a particular point where you're like, oh, when I get that feeling, I've got to go. Like, this isn't working for me. I can't do this. But now you're recognizing, you've been looking into, what is that feeling? Why do I get that? Why does that happen? And I do see somebody that's been looking into past experiences, past relationships a lot, and trying to figure that one out and realize, what is this? So you are hoping to recapture a past experience, I'm feeling on here. Something that you feel maybe you didn't have enough of, or didn't give enough of a chance to, or maybe it was taken away from you. But you are conflicted here, because it's almost like there's something that you're reminiscing about, this reunion possibly, but you've also got those fears of a past cycle being repeated as well. It's almost like that, you know, can you really go back to the past if you've already been with that person before? Can you really go back to the past? Can things really change? That kind of energy to it. So let's have a look. What do we have for the Six of Cups for your hopes and fears? Okay, Lagos. So again, you're being asked to follow your intuition, be guided by this and go with the flow. They're asking you to, if you do remember your dreams, then some information has been given to you in a dream form. So this is about you accessing, like, you know, allowing yourself to be guided with it. You're getting a lot of things showing up in your life that are guiding you towards this particular situation, I feel. Not situation, this particular way forward. Oh, move my leg. This is an energy that is very much a dreamer, and I do see somebody that is thinking a lot about the past, maybe spending a lot of time daydreaming about this, dwelling on things. You're thinking about somebody or something, and it does feel like, right, going back to the beginning here, there's a time to mend things, allow expansion of communication, honest and open communication. There's something that you want, a very strong feeling about something that you want, and it's asking you not to allow your fears of the past to hold you back, okay? Remember, you are not responsible for anybody else. You are only responsible for yourself. So have no fear in moving forward in the way that feels right for you, okay? There is no right or wrong here. Just be guided by what you feel is right, what you feel you need to do, where you need to go with it. So the Six of Wands is your outcome, which that's pretty amazing, to be honest, because this is a card of victory, of triumph, of being seen, being recognized for your gifts. You're going to get what you want, basically. So if there is fear around this very strong feeling that you're getting, and this intuitive kind of information about how to move forward and what you need to let go of, Spirit want you to know that you will get what you want. There's no doubt about that. You will get what you want, but you have to take this leap of faith. You have to make this change. There are possibly unexpected changes going to occur if you don't take this chance right now, because a chance has been presented to you, but you're indecisive about it, about how to move forward. You are being asked to be the leader in your own life. Stand up and say, this is what I want and this is what I'm going to get. Don't think about the future and the outcome and, oh, but if I do this, then this might not happen, blah, blah, blah. You can't think like that. You've got to be in the present moment. Think about what's happening right now for you. What dynamic do I want my life to be in at this point? You know, it's allowing yourself to be seen. I do see people sort of rewarding you for that, and you feeling like at some point in your future going, I'm so glad that I made that decision. I'm so glad that I stepped away from what I was in there, because this feels like treacle going on over here. And once you manage to pull yourself out of that, all of this feels like warm, loving, free-flowing energy. And that, with that kind of energy, you can manifest what you want. So don't have a fear about you not having your dreams realized that are in your mind right now. You're actually going to be speedily heading towards them at a faster pace. It's almost like you found a way to fast track what it is that you want in your life, but you can't see that right now because you're stuck in the treacle. So let's see what the outcome rune is going to be. I was. So I was is a death and rebirth. It's initiation. You are being thrown into an initiation right now. So your outcome is completing an initiation. You aren't going to recognize yourself in 6 months' time. Okay. Where are we now? April. So what? April, May, June, July, August, September. Around September, October time, you're going to be feeling very, very different, looking very different. I see financial abundance. I see somebody that's really being seen in the limelight, really, being out there. Some of you, I can hear you sort of be like, oh, I don't want to be in the limelight. I don't want to be seen. Yeah, you do. And you are heading towards a place of people knowing who you are, and financial abundance comes from that as well. But I do feel it is connecting with somebody as well on here. Oh, got an itchy nose. That is confirmation of financial abundance. But it's all about this intuition, following your intuition, being guided by it, and allowing yourself to communicate from a place of truth and honesty. I do feel that you have been holding back on that for fear of hurting other people, although you are in this cycle of being hurt constantly, of feeling like, there's words, actions, things like that have been unkind towards you, not very thoughtful towards you. And it's almost like you're flogging yourself by staying in that situation. This is a time for what decision to make. And yes, it's not an easy decision to make. And it does mean making changes. It does mean things having to, does present more challenges and chaos, but temporarily. Because once you've made that decision and you stay true, with this Knight of Pentacles, just keep driving forward in that direction. Protect yourself. And only battle when you have to. Don't step into the arena. Don't create things for the sake of it. You don't have to cause an argument here to set yourself free from this situation. All you have to do is keep working diligently on what you need, where you need to go. And, this will all unfold the way that it needs to anyway. You're not going to have to do anything other than be true to yourself, and make your way towards those that help you to open up intuitively. People that when you speak, it's been heard, the space has been held, and you're allowed to speak your truth without judgment and without fear of reprimand or anything bad happening based around that, because that's what you are needing right now. So is a positive rune of that death and rebirth. So it's letting go of something, and in letting go of that, you're allowing this energy to raise your spiritual awakening, to lift you up, to be seen as a spiritual leader. I do really feel that. And that is your initiation. So well done, because you're about to go through something major over the next 6 months, seriously. And it all starts from here, from this month now. I do feel it started from the 4th of April, actually, for many of you. This all started from about the 4th of April. This realisation, this awakening to something that's happening here. Daggers, that illumination, breaking through the illusion. That all happened 3rd, 4th of April. And now, over the next 6 months, this is what you're heading towards. So if you would like to go deeper into this reading, to look more specifically at your own personal situation, then please do get in touch. I would love to know more about this situation, because it seems very, very interesting. I just got the Lord of the Rings popping into my head. It's like you're Frodo and you're about to go on this journey, and it's full of a lot. mastery over your own life. Perfect. Anyway, I will leave this reading here. Thank you so much, and I will speak to you again soon. Have a blessed day.